Alright, I'm going to show you guys my Metallica vinyl collection, but before I get into this, and there's a reason I didn't make this video sooner, because I did show all these items in fairly recent pickups videos and compared one album to another version of it here recently. I didn't want to flood my channel with content from this band and just kind of wear it out. Don't get me wrong, I really enjoy this band's music and their live shows that are available on DVD and MP3 and CD, and what I can find for a good price on vinyl. Now, I have been picking up some items. I did have a good amount of stuff come through the mail today. It was probably the most packages I've had in one day in a while, since last year or the year before. But so we'll have a pickups video a little bit later than I anticipated. Spring is right around the corner. But anyways, let's get into it. Here's a original 1983 Megaforce pressing of Metallica's Kill 'Em All. Excellent album. Sounds probably the best version of the album I've heard. I mean, the 1995 CD edition by Elektra sounds great too. Not gonna talk too much about this. I mean, the cover looks just simply amazing. You can't go wrong with this album at all. A lot of people compare it to Megadeth's Killing Is My Business and Business Is Good. Let's see here. This is a 2008 pressing of the same album. Same content. And surprisingly enough, the picture on the back of the original pressing looks better than this. You think with today's technology, it would look better. I mean, this version is looks a little bit cleaner due to the fact that it's a, newer pressing. The paper's not as, bent, or I mean, the jack is not as bent or aged. Same thing there. Pretty sure I got all the albums out of my record case there, and in another spot that I keep them. But a lot of the older pressings I have of these albums are recent purchases, fairly recent, but they've been shown on the channel before. Once again, this is Ride the Lightning. It's a Music for Nations pressing. I couldn't get the Megaforce pressing for a good price, under 100, so I had to get this one, and it's the same mastering, so there's no difference from what I heard from the good folks on the Steve Hoffman forums, which I'm a member, and I'll put my screen name in the description of this video. That way you guys can interact with me, those of you that want to talk about music, different pressings of albums, CDs, cassettes, vinyl, whatever. I am knowledgeable in that, so enjoy a lot of different. Oh, I have another pressing of this album, I guess. Not no. Another 2008 remaster. This time of Ride the Lightning. I've showed the innards of this, and it looks just great, just simply amazing. The fact that they made some of these gatefold that were never gatefold before, is pretty cool. So that's why I'm on to this one. This is the 45 RPM edition. Same with that Kill 'Em All 2008 reissue. But the WB reissues that came out in 2008 sound they're okay. I'd recommend buying them only if you want to just hear the album and you're not too big and caring about sound quality. I mean, they're listenable. Awesome album cover for a Creeping Death single. And I do have that and a better looking version of it on my computer. Side one, you have Creeping Death and My Evil and Blitzkrieg. I'm not going to go through the album tracks too much, but yeah, just killer album cover. Love it. And I did have this as my desktop picture for quite some time. Very cool. And that was reissued in the Ride the Lightning Super Deluxe box set that came out a few years ago. Probably my favorite album by the band, and I'll get to another favorite of mine here in a little bit. That is Master of Puppets. Originally came out in 1986. Excellent album. Every track is just great. This is the MFN 60. What is it? Direct Metal Mastered version. That's DM. That's what that stands for at the end of the number there. And a lot of these were bought online, except for the WB pressings and another pressing I'm about to show. But this is official. It's a great pressing, probably the best sounding version of this album next to the 2017 CD edition. And with those, I don't really see much of a reason to buy a digital remaster on vinyl, unless it comes in a box set. Then I'm kind of forced to buy it. That's another thing I'll get into here in a second. This is a bootleg, meant to look like the Music for Nations disc, but it is on one pink vinyl record, two-sided, of course. The cover looks, yeah, not so good. I'm surprised the people at my local record store were fooled by this, and I thought they were pretty knowledgeable. But even the quality of the back of this picture looks, I mean, the skin tones is off. It's kind of pinkish, you know, faded, and the sound leaves much to be desired. You have to turn this thing way up. I don't know what they did with this, but this is definitely a bootleg. I even questioned the fact that it was on pink vinyl, because I thought, well, they probably didn't do this back in the day, and this is not an official album, but it's neat to have, nonetheless, just to have. This I don't have a double of, and the other two I'm going to show I don't have doubles of either, at least in this format. And Justice for All, 1988. Vertigo pressing, looks amazing, sounds amazing, on 2 vinyl records. Just spinning at, it's the 33 RPM edition. I believe there is a 45, but I didn't get it, due to the fact that it costs more, and some people said that it doesn't sound quite as good. I hope I'm not mistaken on that. If I am, somebody correct me, but I might be right. Oh, and those of you that own this on the 2018, yes, the 2018 remaster on vinyl, let me know how it sounds. I'm just curious. You know, to the wire here. This is a hard one to see. Metallica's Black Album. This is another foreign pressing. This is a German pressing. 1991 Vertigo Swirl edition of the album. Yes, excellent, excellent. I'm not going to show the box sets because I've already shown them, and they're just of the Black Album, the 2011 WB box sets, which once again, unfortunately, there's a snake there, which unfortunately once again leave much to desired in the sound department. They're very, excuse me, the sound on them is very low, so you kind of have to crank it, and it's digital. Once again, I just don't like that. There's a lot of, you know, high-end chopped off on these, so, you know. And another one of those box sets I have is Garage Inc. This is an original US pressing. I think it's a 3-disc. Decided to store the records the 2 of them in the back here, and then one inside the sleeve that is part of the sleeve that's open. This is, trying to determine if this is a gatefold. I believe it is a gatefold. The original shrink has not been taken off here, and I wanted to preserve it as much as possible by, you know, keeping it in the shrink. So, but yeah, great album. It's mostly covers, or it's all covers. It's a cover album. I had to just order something kind of related to this era of Metallica, and I'll show it in the next pickups video, which is coming probably early next week, depending on how I feel. So yeah, that's the Metallica vinyl collection, guys. Hope you guys enjoy. I might pick up more in the future. Thank you.